Hey everyone, Jackie and Ricky here with Enjoying Life's Journey. Welcome back to our channel. So today's video, we wanted to talk about several reality checks that we had along the way. So we are now officially in North Dakota. We got here yesterday.
Yep.
Got here yesterday, so we're set up for the sugar beet harvest. We actually do our paperwork later today. So we wanted to take a little bit of time to get some videos out for you guys. So we're going to just talk about all the stuff that went wrong, things that didn't go according to plan, and how we changed them, things that we improved,
learned from it,
things we lost while driving.
Yep.
That fell off the RV. Oy. Yeah. Alright, so let's start with... Okay, so the beginning of the trip you guys saw, we made it to California. We spent a week at his brother's house. So we'll have other videos about the different campsites and the drives and stuff. So let's go ahead and go into when we first started having problems.
The driving. Rocky Mountain is very tough.
Yeah.
That's no joke. We were actually going 9 miles per hour to 15 miles per hour climbing uphill.
Just chugging along.
It was torture, and you can hear the engine making clanking sounds, and it's for me it's a torture. I was like, oh my god.
Ricky said like the clanking noise. I couldn't tell if it was like backfiring, but it wasn't like backfiring at the exhaust. It was like the engine sounded like it was gonna fall out of the RV. So we called our friend Louie, who's helped us with a lot of the mechanical maintenance and stuff before we hit the road. He said that it sounded like a few different things, but maybe the timing could be off because he wasn't sure what the timing should be at. We had that fixed. Yeah, so go ahead and talk about where were we at when we had that looked at. Yeah, so we started
from Utah when the timing, climbing uphill, it was in the right timing. It was 18 instead of 8. It was supposed to be on 8, but it was on 18.
Yeah. So they fixed that. So we thought that fixed the problem. So kind of a change of plans. I mentioned in our route planning video we did not want to spend any nights at Walmart, but we did end up spending that night after we had the timing fixed. We spent the night in Walmart.
Three times.
3 times in Walmart. So my friend Carrie lives in Utah, so she did come down. Her and her mom and her Carrie's 2 kids came down, so the girls got to hang out with them for a little bit there. But then we hit the road into Nevada, and that day, I don't think we had any issues.
Yeah, we're okay.
That one was okay. Or the next day driving was so bad that we decided we'd have to get it. We were just going to have it looked at because there's obviously something else going on other than the timing. Yeah,
we have to stay boondock somewhere. Thank God it was our last stop. So we have to drive up, and we can't even climb a tiny hill. So we have to pull the car out of the tow dolly. And thank God we made it.
Just to get up.
Just to
get up this little hill.
Yep.
Like it did all that clanking noise, and then it just shut off.
Yep.
But it would restart. No, it didn't have any power to go up that little hill. So once we got out of there, I called Roadside Assistance. And where did they take us to?
Grand Junction,
Colorado. And where did we spend the night?
At the
Walmart. Another Walmart.
Yep.
We're laughing now, but we were not laughing.
We were. It was actually pretty frustrating.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
I mean, we were biting each other's heads off. We were trying to keep it together. We'd keep it together and then we'd lose it. It was really frustrating. We're laughing about it now because now we're finally kind of settled. But so the tow company took us to the Walmart because it was a Sunday. They couldn't take us to an RV shop or anything. So the next day they took us to a shop that couldn't even work on our RV. They only worked on diesels. So we ended up the RV was drivable. It just wasn't getting enough power for any hills. So we were able to make it like 3 miles to a different shop. And they started looking at it. And it turned out we needed a new fuel pump, fuel filter, and they said the radiator was leaking.
Pretty much they want us to,
Okay.
sounded like they want us to have the engine rebuilt.
Yeah, it was like one thing after another. So once they started doing the fuel pump, we got a phone call.
And they told us that our gas tank has a lot of rust. That's the reason why we were struggling just to climb uphill.
10 miles an hour.
Yep. So we were losing a lot of power because of that.
It was clogging everything up.
Yep.
So they recommended that we had everything drained and flushed and a new gas tank rebuilt. But we had no funds for that, and they said it would take a week to rebuild a gas tank, and we didn't have time.
So they asked us,
for that.
well, you know, we can have this rebuilt for you, but it's gonna cost $500, and it's gonna be a week. Well, if we have the money, we don't have the week.
Yeah.
If we have the week, we don't have the money.
Yeah, so basically, they said that they could go ahead and do the fuel pump and the fuel filter still, but they said keep a couple fuel filters handy. And so they said we would be fine to make it to our work camping job. But they recommended when we're done and we have the time, we have the money to have the gas tank and everything flushed and possibly rebuilt or coated or something.
Yeah, recoated.
So basically from Colorado to here, how many miles? You'd say probably every 50 miles or so, Ricky's getting out and.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I found AutoZone, and I bought 2 extra brand new fuel filter.
Mm-hmm.
So every time it shows us the same symptom,
The clanking.
the clanking and all that. So I pull over to the side of the road and replace a new one. I kept on doing the same thing. So I did it so many times that the only way I can get it going is to clean the filter with well, you can really clean it with the gas, but I just use the octane booster. Yeah. So it worked.
So that's been working, but basically,
I just let all the gunks out and then just clean it and then put it right back, and then it keeps us going.
But we spent about $1,400 because we ended up getting the fuel pump, the fuel filter,
Yep.
the new radiator, and then all of the labor. And then they said in order to do the radiator, they had to remove the air conditioner, and they said they had to like evac it and then recharge it. Well, then they said there was a leak, so they couldn't recharge it, but they still charged us for doing it.
Yep.
So
it wasn't even doing it at all. I think they just made it worse.
Yeah, they made it worse.
The AC's not working.
Yeah, so the air conditioner at the driver area was working. Before we left, Louie replaced the fan clutch and stuff for us. We got it working. Now it's not working because they said by law they can't recharge it with the leak. So we were really mad about that. So we ended up staying in the mechanics parking lot the second night. So we spent a night in Walmart and then a night in the mechanics parking lot. Then, while they were working on the radiator and everything, they got everything done.
They couldn't figure out the wiring.
They couldn't figure out how to start. They couldn't get it started because they had the battery wires switched.
Yep.
So we ended up having to spend a night in a hotel.
Well, they have to pay for it because that's
So, well, they didn't necessarily pay for it. They took $100
they
off of
deducted.
the bill.
Yeah.
So we would have spent $1,500. We spent about $1,400. Either way, we still spent the money. So that was really frustrating. Then we got on the road. That first day went good.
And then
we stopped to get gas the second day to head on to the next spot.
Next thing you know, coolant's all over the place. So, the guy, well,
The
mechanic
technician,
or the guy who
whatever.
installed the radiator did not tighten it, which is a piece of metal to the radiator. It has an adapter where you have to connect it to the hose, and that piece of metal wasn't tightened up, so all the coolant started
spraying everywhere,
all over the place. So yeah, that was pretty frustrating. So I actually managed to find that little piece that wasn't tight.
Yeah.
So I tightened it, and I have the metal ring tightened up around the holes also, and pretty much it's not leaking anymore.
Yeah. So that luckily he was able to get up there and fix it. Luckily we already had coolant on hand, so he filled it up. So I called the mechanics back and I said I was pissed. I was like, we spent $1,400 and you can't even tighten a hose. I was so mad. So all they offered to do, they said, let me make it right. All they offered to do is repay us $25 for the coolant.
Yep.
Jackasses.
What's the business name? Should we put them on blast?
Should we put them on blast? I don't even know if I even saved their card. They're not even worth anybody's time.
Their receipt.
Originally, we weren't going to mention who they were. And then we thought maybe we would give them a plug saying, okay, cool, if you're in Grand Junction, Colorado, check these guys out. Well, now, no. First of all, they talked us into getting a radiator that we probably didn't need to get, and in turn, caused our air conditioner no longer to work and had another leak that we had to take care of ourselves.
Okay.
So, their name
is PDF Automotive Repair.
Yep, and that's Grand Junction, Colorado.
So if you ever break down on the side of the road and you get towed, tell them not to bring you to this place because
don't go there.
I think they ripped me off. Well, they ripped us off.
Yeah, I think they ripped us off. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah.
Yeah, so that was a reality check. One was the RV wasn't technically ready for the road, but that's also one thing when you buy these older RVs. This is a 1992. Who knows how long it just sat there?
But still,
I'm just saying a reality check for us is that it wasn't ready. But you're not going to know some of this stuff till you just start driving it, and we drove the crap out of this thing right out the gate. So, if you have more time, you can break it in more, I guess.
You said the AC, they charge us for...
Yeah, they charge us for the recharging of the AC that they said they could not do because of the leak. I tried negotiating that with them.
And the guy actually slipped, and he said, by law, they cannot charge the AC.
Yeah, they said
they still charged us.
Yeah, They said they said they did the initial checks and the leak, I guess, wasn't strong enough to be indicated. So then they started the process and then found the leak. So in turn, they still have to charge us for it. I don't know. Yeah. It's a big freaking headache. Anyways, we're out about $1,400. Good news, we have a brand new radiator.
Yay! Nice.
The fuel pump and the fuel filter will have to be replaced
again later.
Once we decide what we're going to do with the gas tank. We're hoping maybe by continuing to flush all that stuff out, maybe by the time we're done with Amazon in Kentucky, maybe it will kind of have fixed itself. I highly doubt that. We're being optimistic. But either way, we're going to take it to a mechanic to get it checked out fully again, and either have it, have everything flushed, maybe have it recoated or a new one built. We don't know yet. But that's just something you guys keep in mind if you have an older RV, that the gas tank could have rust in it.
So get everything checked,
Yeah,
especially the tank.
Oh yeah, so with the gas tank, they had to like lower the whole gas tank from the bottom of the RV. Yeah, so if you don't have a means of checking that ahead of time, like we didn't, then you're not going to know till you start driving it. So reality check number 1 was the RV wasn't in as great of working condition as we thought it was.
Well,
but
it was.
That's okay.
We
made it.
It was running properly, but we didn't think about driving it up in the mountain.
Yeah, we didn't think about the mountains, and that was basically is put into perspective. We were driving maybe like 300 miles that on one day. It should have taken, if you're in a car, that probably would have taken you just a couple hours. There's sort of flies here. But we had estimated it would take us like 6 hours. It took us 11 hours.
Yep.
Because we were driving 10 miles an hour. So that's reality 1. Okay. So number 2, the reality of our plan, our route, the miles we could handle in the days. So originally we had us going, about 300 miles a day. So the plan, the route changed. We did not, you can hear the girls obviously are here. We did not drop the girls off in Michigan to my mom's house. We had to face reality. It was going to be an extra 1,400 miles out of our way. Yes, it was going to help us out so we could both do the sugar beet harvest on the same shift, because they are 12-hour shifts. But the reality of it would be more wear and tear on the RV. We were now down. How many days were we stuck in Colorado?
5 days.
Like 5 days almost. So the reality, we lost that time that we would have been at my mom's, and it would have been about $750 worth of gas for these gas chuggers here. Yeah, so the route we had to change. So instead of going up to Michigan, we decided just to go through Nebraska and then go straight up. But that did allow us to slow down our days. So we ended up cutting our days down. Instead of doing 300 miles a day, we did anywhere from 150 to about 200. And that seemed to be a good amount that the girls could handle and the RV could handle. And then this other one, I guess, I don't know if it's reality checks or things that that fell off the RV.
Oh,
Okay, things that fell off the RV while
reality.
Yeah, I guess it's reality. Stuff's gonna fall off your RV.
Yeah. I don't even know what
was the first thing we noticed, though?
Like cover.
The cover. So, if you remember, we replaced these vent covers, but one of them still had a white cover that went over it.
I don't even know.
I don't know what they're called. So was that the first thing you noticed?
No. The first thing we noticed is the dolly's tire.
Well, we already talked about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we fixed the dolly tire the first time, and then that was one thing. When we got the RV, part of that cost was we had the dolly aligned because the tire was totally rubbing, and luckily Ricky's brother had given us a spare tire for the dolly, so we had them switch that. So that was one thing we forgot.
It's the right size and everything.
Yeah, so that was that we were lucky we had that extra tire.
Thanks, Stephen Lee.
Yes, thank you. And then, okay, so we were driving.
Yep.
And it sounded like something metal hit the ground. So I'm looking out at the car because I thought maybe the dolly came off. We didn't see anything. And the next thing I know, I see that the 2 of our basement doors are flopping. So we stop, and we have these metal, like, leveling things. And so we thought, one of those fell out. This plate fell down. And then we get to our site, and I think at that point, we noticed that the cover had come off.
Yep.
Well, then, the next day, we go to fill up gas, and we notice
the exhaust is gone.
The muffler's gone.
Yep, the muffler's gone.
So before that, though, when we were in Nevada, Ricky noticed that the muffler was hanging.
So I used those. It was still there.
Yeah, but it was hanging.
Those metal rings, I just tied it around, and it was still there.
Yeah, so he Yeah, he had jerry rigged, I guess.
Yeah, the two metal ends that holds the muffler. It was
Came off.
yeah, it came up because it was welded. So the welding just snapped on each side.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually used the rings to hold it together. On
And
I
that,
found a metal frame on top, so I just kind of put them together so that they don't
yeah.
come up.
So that lasted a good,
Yeah,
because that was in Nevada.
Yep.
So all the way from Nevada until I would say we noticed the muffler in Nebraska or South Dakota.
Something like that.
Yeah, so we made it quite a ways with it like that. Well, then when we were getting gas, we noticed it was gone. So we have no idea. So now,
Oh, look.
oh, a squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel.
Like, oh, there it goes. Okay, so, sorry you guys. Squirrel! So, the metals that hit the ground, that the sound was probably the muffler.
The muffler probably did.
I don't know. So
we
now
had
we need
so
to get
much
a new.
stuff that came off this RV.
Now we need a new muffler.
But wait,
But wait!
it's not done
That's
yet.
not it. So then we're going through South Dakota.
Yep.
And the wind was going crazy. And all of a sudden we hear all this flapping. And I thought it was just the ring from the awning. Oh no, the awning was unraveling.
Yep. Yeah, we actually there's actually a few RVs doing this.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, that's up.
I thought they were saying, okay, all right. Next
They're
thing-
pointing to the roof.
Yep, and there was this old lady inside. She was like, so I was like, what is she doing? So, I was like, actually, it was actually
The awning was all
it's
flapping around.
flopping all over the place, and it was raining a little bit, and it's very windy.
It was very windy.
So,
and it was cold.
Yep.
So we pulled over, and Ricky was trying to undo it. And I'm yelling and screaming, all frantic, like freaking out. I thought the awning was going to get ripped off of. I thought it was getting ripped off of the RV and going to go.
Yep.
I was freaking out. So he had to yell at me, kind of calm me down.
Yeah.
But we got to a rest stop and managed to get it all rolled back up and strapped.
Yep. So the
on.
two metal pieces that's holding the awning, we put straps around just to make sure it's secured.
Yeah.
And it made sure it doesn't. It's locked also.
Yeah. There's a little metal piece that you move that locks it.
So when you move it down and then you pull it, and then when you
roll it back up,
it actually goes automatically.
It should lock automatically, yeah.
Automatically.
So we think one time though, for some reason, because the wind, like it didn't lock properly. But so now that's something you guys I heard that happens all the time. Awnings.
Yeah.
So basically, basement doors, you gotta double check those, make sure those are shut. Make sure
doors.
make sure the actual. Oh, and the door almost came flying open too. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Arcadia's like, "Mom, the door!" So the door. Luckily, the wind was keeping the door shut, but I got to it and got it locked.
Yeah.
But that was, So make sure everything's secure. Lessons learned, I guess. And then now we're here. Like I said, we've been here for one night.
No, it's not just that. We actually found one thing that came up.
I think we have
the antenna, it's like a little dish antenna for your TV.
If you saw, again, we have some footage of the roof when we've done stuff on the roof. And we had a satellite type dish antenna thing. We're not sure what it is. We have no idea. But it's gone.
Yep.
It's gone.
Yeah.
We have no idea when it came off.
Well,
hopefully it didn't hit any vehicles behind us.
Yeah.
So last night it was raining pretty good.
Leaking water.
Yeah, so the ceiling is leaking.
So Jackie woke up in the
middle of the night,
and she said, "Oh my God, it's leaking!" So she just jumped in the girls' room and unfolded the couch bed And I just put buckets right there on the floor. So said tomorrow I'll take care of it. Soon enough, I found out that dish is gone. So those two metal pieces that's holding the dish actually had the screws.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that's the reason why it started leaking last
Yeah.
night. So I sealed it this morning, so everything should be good to go.
Yeah, and now we're just letting everything drain out.
Yep.
There was previous water damage. I don't know if you guys remember that the previous owner had patched up. So there is some, like on the ceiling in here, there's a little bit, it looks like water damage, but Ricky poked some holes in there so we can drain out the water that came in last night. Flush it out. So we hope the leak's fixed. We do have an extra tarp, so if it rains again tonight and we feel we need to, we'll just put a tarp up there. But yeah, so we lost that dish. We don't know where we lost it, and we wouldn't have even known we lost it if it hadn't rained and started leaking everywhere. But yeah, so
right now we're just waiting for the sugar beets
to start.
Fill up the papers and all that. So
yeah, so we're doing paperwork today. We have training on Tuesday. They're basically going to work with us. Ricky will work the day shift, and then I'll work the night shift. It's going to be rough. We're going to be,
it's going to be a challenge, but
we basically look at it like we have no choice.
We got to do it.
We just spent our emergency savings on everything, so now we have to do it.
Can't go anywhere if we don't.
Yeah. So that's kind of reality check here, you guys.
But hey, that's part of the adventure.
It's part of the adventure. It's part of learning, getting to know each other in stressful situations for sure.
Well, we still managed.
I think we managed to get through it. Yeah, so I think we could have handled situations better, but I think we did the best that we could, considering you don't know what to expect.
For rookies.
Yeah, we're rookies. We didn't know what to expect. You don't know how you're going to react to a situation until you're in it. You can have a positive outlook as much as you want, but you're going to have a breaking point, and I think we each had a breaking point.
Yeah, that's fine.
But we made it through it, and we know that it's not going to be the only challenge. Like I said, we still have to get the gas tank looked at. Still got to get a muffler now. We got to make sure that ceiling is definitely secured.
But then, you don't learn things by just reading everything in the book. You have to go hands-on.
Hands-on, yes.
You have to experience it. So, I'm, for us, we're getting to know how to work things around here. So,
getting to learn the RV out, learn how to use the mechanics of the RV.
Pretty much becoming a serious handyman.
Handyman, yeah. Yeah, so, yes, reality checks, but is it stopping us? No. If anything, I think it's kind of pushing us forward because we're proving to ourselves that we can handle difficult situations.
Yep.
And it makes it more interesting, for sure. But yeah, so we're at the sugar beet harvest, you guys. We're going to try to make that money. But we're going to get some other videos out for you. We have a week till we officially start, so I'm going to try to get some stuff up. Again, you guys may notice what will end up happening is you'll have some videos coming out a little delayed, scheduled out ahead of time, just in case, because once we're working this, we're going to be working 12-hour shifts, and then we'll be taking care of the kids when we're not working, switching off. So it's going to be rough, but I think we'll be able to handle it because we know it's only temporary, and then we'll be heading on down. We will end up going through Michigan when we head on down to Kentucky, but we did not end up heading that way on the way up, but just fine. Let's see. Leave us a comment below if you guys have any experiences. What was your number one reality check when you hit the road?
Well, we're just trying to give some few people who's wanted to do the same thing we're doing or other people are doing. So from our experience, that's reality for us.
Yeah, that's reality for us, yeah. So we you guys leave us a comment, show us what was one of your reality checks, so everyone can learn from each other. Alright, so as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.